What is up, XRP family? Thank you guys for joining the video for today. So I hope you guys are ready for what is about to come from this moment forward. We have here, this is a new post from Ripple. XRP is not a security. Ripple's landmark victory in SEC lawsuit. Very interesting. From day one, Ripple has said the SEC's suit against the company and its CEO and chair was baseless, and yet another attempt to regulate crypto through intimidation and enforcement. The court's July 13 decision that the crypto asset XRP is not a security is a landmark ruling, not just for Ripple, but for the entire US crypto industry. This is the first industry win against the SEC and sets the precedent for other crypto assets, tokens, and securities regulation in the United States. Now, what is really important, guys, is actually this part here, right? Let's take a look. The court's decision marks a historic occasion not only for the company but also for the crypto market at large. Said Ripple Brett Garlinghouse, "We've said since the earliest days of the lawsuit that Ripple would be on the right side of the law and the right side of history. Progress is worth fighting for. This decision is a significant blow to the agency's regulation by enforcement agenda, and I hope we will soon look back at this decision as the turning point for Congress to act and set clear rules of the road for crypto." Now listen, guys, from this moment forward, this SEC cannot just go and sue a company without really having rules, right? Gary Gensler has made a big and huge mistake and has lost a lot of money in this lawsuit because the XRP token in itself is not a security, and this is the most important thing. Ripple's XRP sales on exchange, not securities. XRP sales by Ripple executives, not securities. Ripple's XRP distributions to developers, to charities, employees, not securities, right? The most important thing, guys, is this, because this means that a lot of cryptocurrencies cannot be deemed as securities, right? And that is a very positive thing in the United States moving forward. Ripple is here to make a dent in the universe. Listen very carefully, guys. This is what we have been saying from the beginning, and we are getting closer and closer and closer.
The next move, on Ripple's roadmap, in your opinion? To put you on the spot here.
No, it's very simple. So I think one thing, if there is one message that you can get in this room, is Ripple is not an ordinary company. We are not here to have a small market share or do X, do Y, and make small amount of money or something to happen. We are here to make a dent in the universe. Either we will change the remittance universe, the way you understand, the way value gets transferred across the world, between people, between institutions, or we will just fade away. So it's almost 0 or 1, and some of it comes from our Silicon Valley arrogance. Some of it comes from, that's the reason 6 years ago, we were born with a mission of moving money like information moves today, right? And we are making it possible working with the existing ecosystem. So I think this is a key differentiator about Ripple, and that's the reason we are a monoline company. Every day we get tens of ideas to say, why don't you do security settlement? Why don't you work in trade finance? Why don't you do X, Y, Z? And what we tell them is, just cross-border remittances is $155 trillion problem. We'll solve this first. We'll make a difference to everybody who's present in this room. And once we have made the difference, then only we will look at something else. So we are like, Google is for search, Ripple is for remittances. And that's what we're going to.
Very simple, guys. And this was like, you could see these speeches, and the thing is, they're not just saying these things, right? These things are really solving that problem. They are already making progress. So it's either they really solve it and stay existing, or they will not stay existing. And you can see that this lawsuit was a big stepping stone, right? Because let's just say that they were made a security and XRP and Ripple didn't win. That would be a big problem, right? Because they wouldn't be able to really prosper and grow inside the US. And that's, although US is just one country, it's still a big problem if you don't have the biggest economy on your side, right? But now they do. They actually do. And all these companies, all these banks in the US can now start using XRP for solving this problem. And this is going to make a big difference, guys. XRP, oh my God, I really wish I could post pictures right now. My heart is racing. I can confirm that a FedNow transaction has occurred. I can also confirm that it was for 1 cent, which means they're testing it. I can also confirm it. Literally took 1 second for the total elapsed time. I really want to post proof of this, but we have used it's copyrighted, all rights reserved. You'll remember when I said that whatever the Fed does, the banks will do, confirmed. So whether this is true, guys, or not, I just wanted to show it to you. I'm not here to spread any conspiracies or all that stuff. This wouldn't surprise me, right? Because all in all, we know that the FedNow service is going live anytime soon, and they're going to start using XRP for that liquidity. So you have to understand that we're very close to something that has never been happened, right? A digital asset has never been used like domestically or being put to use to solve a problem. This is like kind of still the beginning of use cases and utilities, but you will see that it will start growing when XRP is going to be used. Ripple's grand plan, I hope you remember, guys, why Ripple is here. I hope you remember this speech by Chris Lawson. Let's take a look.
Rather than being an internet system. So we need that internet of value to be developed. And that's what we spend our time working on, is a replacement for SWIFT and correspondent banking. How do you get all of the payment providers, all of the wallets onto ILP? And then how do you use XRP as on-demand liquidity so that all of these providers don't have to keep balances all over the world because the process is so inefficient. We think that's the winning kind of killer app. And then I think you, last group talked about a Cambrian explosion. Yeah. Then you get that Cambrian explosion rather than being an...
So again, guys, this all comes down to the beginning, right? It was always there in front of us. It was a big win for Ripple and a big win for crypto community, says Novogratz. After a judge ruled XRP is not a security, let's not let Gary Gensler put lipstick on a pig. They lost and they know it, right? Now, the problem is, guys, that this guy was not really an XRP fan, and now they're all changing up. Let's take a look.
Hey, Michael, I'm sure since so many folks in crypto land were following this decision related to Ripple, I wanted to get your thoughts and comments on it and whether you think it has any demonstrable impact in terms of how the SEC and how Congress and how others think about these things.
It has to force the Democrats, the White House and Gensler to the table to start negotiating fair rules. Like it was just.
But was this a win? I mean, maybe we should explain for the audience, and maybe Michael, you probably do a better job than I can, what the decision was, because some people looked at that decision as a win for Ripple, and others said actually maybe it wasn't.
No, it was a big win for Ripple, and it was a big win for the crypto community. Like, let's not let Gary Gensler put lipstick on a pig. They lost, and they know it. And at best, the judge said, okay, now you're going to, if the SEC wants to litigate, you're going to have to litigate every token separately and every use of that token separately. And so the current status quo isn't going to work for the SEC. Listen, they could appeal. Appeals take a long time. We can stay in court for years. But I think the message that I want to give that is really clear was what Gary has been saying, that the rules are clear, just isn't true. It's not true at all. And that judge said that exactly, right? This is really complicated. We need regulation that makes things clear. And it's not that complicated.
Now, what I want to talk about, guys, is not Novogratz himself, but actually the things that you can see right now. Everyone is talking about that. SEC really has a problem right now, right? Congress needs to put rules because the SEC is visibly and knowingly and based on facts, you can see it right now that they are not capable of regulating this space, right? They look through a different lens. Probably it's corruption or anything else, but you can clearly see that they are incapable of making rules for this industry, and that is a very dangerous thing, right? Because how much money did Ripple lose on this lawsuit, and how long did it stall Ripple from really growing? All these things, guys, these are major things. You cannot just come here and say something which is not based on any law or anything. And I think going forward, this will definitely change. I think the whole reason was actually for that, right? They will not let something like this guy go by accident, or there has to be something planned on the side of the US kind of Congress stuff. There has to be some kind of plan, because they couldn't just let a business on hold for 2 years in a lawsuit, which is such a big innovation, right? Don't think Judge Torres' XRP ruling was the big news. It was just an initial impetus for the announcements we'll be seeing, right? And that's exactly what my point was. This is just the beginning, guys. We will see so many things happening right now, and you will see XRP growing by the day. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys. See you in the next one. Cheers.